Matter of fact, what we're trying to do is set up a club for young boys learning to be young gentlemen, young men, and learning how to be able to handle themselves properly in the world. What inspired me was not necessarily having a daddy who was in my life, much. He came in and out, wasn't really taught to do the boy thing properly. I just learned how to be a boy on my own, or through my friends, or through other male role models. And so as I started to have my own personal kids, I thought, you know what? I'm gonna be the exception to this rule, right? I'm not gonna be that person that could use an excuse of, I'm not gonna be there for my kids, and if I'm not gonna be there for my kids, my excuse is my dad wasn't there for me. Instead, I wanted to be the exception of that. I wanted to make sure that I was there for my own personal kiddos, and then as an educator, I also wanted to make sure that I was here and present for my kids here at school. I want these boys to leave here and have a memory of some positive interactions. They're building relationships with other boys in the school that they may not have otherwise. They're building relationships with adults. They're building relationships with some of the parents that they interact with. These boys are going out there and they're doing the duties that traditionally the adults would normally do, but they're out there and they're running the school. They're running things, and that's been my vision for this, is to have a school that is led by the youth, that is facilitated, the learning is facilitated by the adults, and we're here to make sure that they're also safe, but everything is done by the kids and for the kids so that they have an experience. And the GENTS Club is just one of those small things. It's one of those things that yes, may start small, but has such a huge impact, not only on the boys, but also the rest of the students and the staff and the families. I've set it up so that I meet with my 4th grade GENTS on Tuesday during their lunch break, and then I meet with my 3rd grade GENTS on Thursday during their lunchtime. And what we do is they come in, of course they start with their eating because that's their lunchtime, but we start off with a prayer. The boys last year brought up having some time to go ahead and bless our meal before we get started, and so that is stuck. And so each time that we meet, we start off with grace. One of the boys will lead grace. One of the things as the adult that I have made known to them is that if they don't practice the same faith, or they don't believe, or they don't pray or things, it's not being forced. It is something that the boys have chosen to do, and if they don't do it personally in their own lives, they don't have to. So I asked them, I say, okay, if you guys will just sit quietly while the rest of us just bow our heads in prayer before our meal. But we start with grace. The boys eat. I go over some notes and some things. I'll ask them to reflect on how the week has gone. What are some positives? What are some things that we can work on? What are some things that you have seen, either through the GENTS or just in general here on our campus? We will go over a topic. Our topic here recently has been flags. We've discussed how to fold the flag, how to unfold it, how to hang and raise the flag, how to salute the flag as the flag is being flown or raised, and then also how to take the flag down and then refold it so that it sits for the next day. If I can just end with one thing, man, it is just that these boys are doing exactly what we wanted to do with this club, and that's to grow up and be young men. They're already acting like young men, much more mature than you would think 3rd or 4th grade boys ought to be. They handle themselves well, and they're gonna be great leaders one day in this world. All right, love you, boys. All right.
Can I go get some water?
Of course you can. All right, making sure you're not running, get to class, okay? All right, love you guys. Oh, look at that, you got it down. Good job, good job. Can you what?
Can I be bottom?
Do it, let's do it. Oh, that's right. Ah, there we go, there we go. All right, there we go.
Wait, do you start as top, us?
You start on top, yep. All right, good job, love you, dude. Yes, of course you can. Grab you one on the way out, okay, baby? Okay, sounds good, dude. All right.